नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। मास्टर डॉक्टर आरती पुरोहित, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पैथोलॉजी, फैकल्टी ऑफ होम्योपैथिक साइंसेज, ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी. Our today's topic is fungi, an opportunistic infection. Mycology is the study of fungi. Beneficial effects of fungi are they reside in nature and are essential in breaking down and recycling organic matter. Some fungi greatly enhances our quality of life by contributing to the production of food and spirits. Other fungi have served medicine by providing useful bioactive secondary metabolites such as antibiotics like penicillin and immunosuppressive drugs like cyclosporine. Fungi have been exploited by geneticists and molecular biologists as model system for the investigations for a variety of eukaryotic processes. Now, what are the harmful effects of the fungi? In addition to their disease-producing potential in human, fungi are directly or indirectly harmful in many other ways. Fortunately, only a few hundred species of the fungi have been implicated in human disease, and 90% of the human infections by fungi can be attributed to the few dozen species. The fungi infections have assumed greater importance with the control of most bacterial infections in the developed countries. For instance, it has been stated that in USA, fungal infection cause as many fatalities today as whooping cough, diphtheria, scarlet fever, typhoid, dysentery, and malaria put together. Differences of fungi from the bacteria. All fungi are eukaryotic protista that differ from bacteria and other prokaryotes in many ways, as they possess rigid cell wall containing chitin, mannan, and other polysaccharide. The cytoplasmic membrane contains sterols. Cytoplasmic content include mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum. They possess true nuclei with nuclear membrane and paired chromosome. They may be unicellular and multicellular. They divide asexually, sexually, and both processes. Most fungi are obligate or facultative anaerobe. They are chemotrophic, secreting enzymes that degrade a wide variety of organic substrate into soluble nutrients, which are then passively absorbed or taken into the cell by active transport. The cells show various degree of specialization. General properties of the fungi. Fungi grow in two basic forms. One is yeast and second is mold. Yeast. The simplest type of fungi is a unicellular budding yeast. Hypha. Elongation, elongation of the cell produces a tubular thread-like structure called the hypha. Hyphae may be septate and non-septate. Some hyphae are divided into cells by cross wall or septa, typically forming at regular interval during hyphal growth. The septa, when present, have holes through which free flow of cytoplasmic material can take place. One class of medically important molds and zygomycetes produces hyphae that are rarely septated. Mycelium. A tangled mass of hyphae constitute the mycelium. Fungi which form mycelia are called molds and filamentous fungi. Under standardized growth conditions in the laboratory, molds produces colonies with characteristic features such as rate of growth, texture, and pigmentation. In a growing colony of the filamentous fungus, the mycelium can be divided into the vegetative mycelium and aerial mycelium. Vegetative mycelium or hyphae that penetrates the supporting medium and absorb nutrients are the vegetative or substrate hyphae. Aerial hyphae, in contrast, project above the surface of the mycelium and usually bear the reproductive structure of the mold. Classification of fungi. Fungi are placed in the phylum Thelophyta, which is divisible into two groups, algae and fungi. Algae produces their own food by means of chlorophyll possessed by them. Fungi do not possess chlorophyll and are therefore saprophyte or parasite. Morphological classification and systemic classification. Morphology, there are four groups: yeast-like fungi, mold, filamentous, and dimorphic fungi. On systemic classification, they are zygomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, and deuteromycetes on the basis of formation of the sexual spores. Reproduction and sporulation. Types of fungal spores. Fungal spores are of two types, sexual and asexual. Sexual spores. Sexual spores is formed by the fusion of the cell and meiosis as in all form of higher life. Sexual spores are of two types, oospore, ascospore, zygospore and basidiospore. Asexual spores are produced by mitosis. They may be vegetative spore and aerial spore. Vegetative spore are the blastome spores. These are formed by budding from parent cell as in yeast, and arthrospore. These are formed by the production of cross septa in hyphae resulting in rectangular thick walled spore. And chlamydospore, these are the thick walled resulting spore developed by rounding up and thickening of the hyphae segment. Aerial spores are canidiospores, microconidia and macroconidia and sporangiospores. Lab diagnosis of the fungal infection depend on direct microscopy, culture, serological test, non-culture method and molecular method. The mycosis, that means fungal infections. Infections caused by fungi is known as mycosis. Classification are based on primary site of infection. Superficial mycosis, cutaneous, subcutaneous, systemic and opportunistic. Superficial mycosis. These infections are limited to the outermost layers of the skin and hair. They include infection of skin caused by Malassezia furfur, that means Tyriasis versicolor, or Exophilia wernickeyi, that means Taenia nigra, and infection of the hair caused by the Pedria horti, that means black pedra, and Trichosporon vigii, white pedra. Cutaneous mycosis, infection that extend deeper into the epidermis, as well as invasive hair and nail disease. Examples are infection of the skin, hair and nail caused by dermatophytes, infection of the skin, nail and mucous membrane caused by the Candida albicans and other Candida species. Subcutaneous mycosis have infections involve the dermis, subcutaneous tissue, muscle and fascia. Examples are the principal cutaneous mycosis are mycetoma, chromomycosis, sporotrichosis, and rhinosporidiosis. Systemic mycosis have the infections that originate primarily in the lung, but that may spread to the many organ system. Examples are the systemic mycosis include blastomycosis, histoplasmosis, coccidio iodomycosis and paracoccidioidomycosis. Opportunistic mycosis, opportunistic infections occurs in patients with debilitating disease such as a cancer or diabetes, or in whom the physiological state have been upset by immunosuppressive drugs, steroid, X-ray and broad spectrum antibiotics. Opportunistic infections are caused mainly by fungi that are normally avirulent. Examples include the aspergillosis, penicillosis and zygomycosis and mucormycosis, candidiasis, and cryptococciasis. Miscellaneous mycosis, these include penicilliosis, automycosis, and keratomycosis. This is my reference book. I hope you enjoyed this session. This is all about the fungi. If you have any query, please mention it comment box. Thank you.